gun. Throwing out of his own end zone. Lobs it up and incomplete.
Not entirely sure what the route here is for. I believe that's Garrett Wilson Garrett Wilson on this route, right? So this is initially the eyes of Stroud. He's going to Brad Hawkins here. You got a too high safety look for Michigan here with Rod Moore at the top of your screen. Brad Hawkins dropping out in some sort of cover two look here. Looks like man coverage, press man there for Vincent Gray. Outside release here for Garrett Wilson, right? Outside release seems like he's doing some sort of hitch right at around the sticks, but credit to Vincent Gray of just getting his hands there, right? A little bit of hand fighting here, not really affecting the route. So I don't know. The more I think about this, the more it seems like it's supposed to be a back shoulder throw because you have single coverage here, man-to-man coverage. Back shoulder throw seems to be the actual call based on kind of the alignment here, right? Or the route here, just kind of lean into him, and then he's going to kind of push off, expecting the pass here towards the sideline. So it seems like back shoulder call in single coverage. Garrett Wilson, one of your best wide receivers against Vincent Gray. That's probably a matchup Ohio State is expecting to win in this scenario. Not the best footwork for Stroud, right? He's probably feeling a little bit of pressure here. We'll get to the pass rush in a bit, but at the time of the throw, he starts to drift a little bit this way. He doesn't step into this throw. He's kind of leaning away from it, right? And as a result, it kind of just sails on him, right? No real chance at a completion there. Maybe he was spooked by the good coverage there from Vincent Gray, but back shoulder throw, it should be relatively safe. So more than anything else, it just seems like a miss on this throw. And then in terms of the pass rush, Michigan sending four, it seems like Barrett is responsible for running back out of the backfield, so he's getting to the line of scrimmage, probably responsible for carrying him out if he does go on a route. And then just bringing four for Michigan. You're going to have a little bit inside rush here from your defensive ends, Ojabo and Hutchinson, and then the defensive tackles are supposed to loop around. Now, it doesn't seem like this actually happens for Morris here because he is doubled on this case, but Hutchinson gets home, and he probably should have gotten a holding call 79 right there, right? That's not exactly legal if you're Ohio State, right? And lucky, because if that's actually called, it's probably a safety at that point, right, where that hold is occurring. So not sure what they're looking at. That should be a hold and probably a safety. But that gets home. You can see if Stroud, felt this pressure, was trying to escape this way, you'd have Ojabo pushing from the middle and Donovan Jeter looping to the outside, and that would have been a dead play for Stroud as well. So good job getting pressure there, right? Not able to get off of his first read. The pressure is definitely forcing a throw here early. On the top of your screen seems like I don't know what this concept is. He's just kind of running a sit route here. Seems like this guy's just running a seam route and something deep on the outside as well. But it seems like after that first read, right, the safety dropping into a cover two look, this is the matchup, and that's what the call is all the way. So good execution from defensive line, applying some pressure there, probably a missed hold, and then just good job here, Vincent Gray. Clever, right? Clever engagement there, not allowing separation here. And with the bad throw, letting go, right? Nope, I'm not touching, not doing anything more than I have to. Recognizes where the ball is going. Lockdown coverage.
CJ Stroud steps up in the pocket and goes down.
Hutchinson, great sack here on 3rd and goal. So let's just look at the pressure right away. Another inside move. Ohio State really struggled with this inside move. He was probably getting held as well. Only 4 in the pass rush for Michigan, right? Outside rush here from Ojabo. Boom, boom. Hutchinson with an inside move. Stroud's going to step up into it. So this is kind of a little bit of an assist there from Ojabo, right? Ojabo's getting good enough pressure deep here that forces Stroud to step up right into Hutchinson's pass rush. On the actual pass rush for Hutchinson, what's this other angle I have? Here we go. Better angle. You can see that little fake to the outside, 79. Not a good enough punch there, right? Boom, inside move there. That's a hold. Probably should have gotten called. Doesn't get called. There you see Stroud have to step up because Ojabo's applying pressure with that outstretched arm reaching for the ball for Ojabo, and he steps right up into Hutchinson. So really good job there. Let's back up, look at the route tree for Ohio State here. On the play side where the initial eyes are going for Stroud, he's trying to read what is Hawkins doing on the outside here. I believe this is that might be, that's probably not Hawkins, right? That's Vincent Gray? No, that is Hawkins. I'm right. That's Hawkins. So he's reading what is Hawkins doing on the outside here while my application freezes. Here we go. So Ruckert is running an outside release little flag route here to the corner of the end zone, and actually probably the route that Stroud would have tried to throw to, because you have man coverage on Ruckert from Junior Colson, right? Colson is attached here, so he will have outside release here on this flag route. This should be able to win against that. Hawkins is dropping over into the flat, curl hook for Ross here. You do have the running back out of the backfield here. This should be covered from Hawkins going into the flat. So this should be the read. With this guy going to the flat, you should have a lot of room here to throw this pass to the tight end. The issue is he just waits a little bit. He should be floating that pass now to that tight end, right? Feel the pressure, float that pass to the tight end. You got a lot of room there to the boundary out here for this tight end to go make a play if you throw it towards the pylon a little bit with some air. Instead, he decides to step up, not able to get there. On the backside, Michigan has man-to-man coverage here on the outside. I don't know exactly what this route is. Seems like a little curl. Anyway, this guy's going vertical. Dax Hill is going to follow him out there, going to get support on the vertical here as well. And then your wide receiver right here is going to go on just a drive route, little cross route here, and Rod Moore is coming down for this route as well. So this would have been open had he been looking towards this side. I'll move forward just to show the overall coverage there. That in route there from Garrett Wilson would have been open if it's thrown right now, right? And if he threw to the tight end there, just kind of lofted up for the tight end Rucker against Colson, you probably like that outside leverage route if you're Ohio State and wishing he's throwing that. So again, Michigan's pressure. I think Ohio State had a good matchup there, but Hutchinson with that inside move, Ojabo forcing Stroud up into the pressure. It's huge, and forces a field goal out of Ohio State instead of potential touchdown there.
Stroud, delayed handoff to Williams, and he's bounced.
Little draw play here that I think number 53, the center for Ohio State, just forgets what he's doing, honestly. Okay, so this is a clever little design. You got Rod Moore. It seems like Michigan was originally in a too high look, right? Seems like they had that, and then at the snap, you got Moten coming down here, Rod Moore replacing as your single high safety. And a key element of this play that I really like from Ohio State, this is the tight end. He's coming across. It looks like he's going on a route here, right? It looks like he's going to go on a drive route, and that's why you see Moten triggering down pretty hard to cover this. He has responsibility on that tight end on that drive route. What's actually happening, if I move forward there you can see Moten starting to follow the tight end there, right? That's why he's triggering that hard. But what this is actually doing, Ruckert is coming out here to pick up, I believe it's Ruckert at least, pick up the backside linebacker here. And because you'll also have the follow here for Moten, you essentially have both guys taken out by that movement here. And then the rest of the block should be easy, right? This is a draw play, so you should have pass rush here from Michigan. Boom, 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 and boom, right? That should help. Their aggressiveness should help in this case if you're Ohio State. Spread them out a little bit, right? Because they're in a pass rush set. So there's your tight end. You should have your left tackle there. Left guard should be able to take this guy. So you have an extra body here to account for Josh Ross, right? Josh Ross is coming towards this A gap. Your center after the snap, he should be able to pick him up, right? And then it's just about your running back finding that open gap and continuing on. This should be blocked through both linebackers, and the safety should take himself out of this play. So if you're able to cut this backside here because of the momentum of Moten following the tight end, that should be a huge play. Right, so that's the overall play design. And you can see a 53 right here. If 53 picks up Josh Ross, right? Josh Ross is working to the outside here. 53 can just ride him up, right? Force him outside a little bit. Then you can see where the running back could go right off of this crease. Go right off the butt of 53. Again, let's play pretend 53 picks him up. Go right off the butt of this, right? Right off the butt of this. Here's this block. Again, you got Moten's momentum taking him this way because he thinks this guy is on his drive route. And boom, if you hit that hole hard, you got a pretty big pickup because you got this little bubble action going on the outside that's also occupying Michigan's defenders here. And Rod Moore is the final line of defense who's still backing up as a single high safety. So this is a good look for Ohio State if 53 is able to pick up Josh Ross. He just lets him go, right? He just lets him go, and then he's looking back, right? 53 is like, oh, crap. That's not what this call was, and Josh Ross makes contact. As soon as he makes contact, that gives enough time for Moten to come in. It lets multiple guys rally to this play, and that's dead on arrival, right? So really bad job from 53. Don't know what you're doing. He's running into you if you're 53. Block him, right? Instead, he lets him into the backfield. Good play from Ross, right? Able to get into the backfield there, just beats 53, redirects after he gets into the backfield, makes that big tackle. And good job rallying to the troops there for Moten, Morris on the tackle as well. But this was well set up from Ohio State, just not well executed. And instead of, a big second down pickup, is 3rd and 9.
Stroud, and here they come. Stroud deliver.
Mike Morris here, huge deflection on 3rd and 9 here. Let's look at what Michigan is doing. They're dropping into a cover 4 look. 1, Moten dropping back. There's 2, 3, dropping back into 4. Okay, with that, you're going to have Junior Colson. He's going to be dropping back into this middle zone here. This is what I think is called green dog. If this running back stays in for pass protection, you got a free shot here for Dax Hill. Attack this. He would have man coverage on the running back if he does go out for a route. Since he stays in, though, that's why you have Dax Hill flying in as a rusher here. Also going to have a blitz here from Barrett. So 1, 2, 3, 4 with a 5th here with Dax Hill. And then Ojabo is actually going to follow the tight end here up the seam. And I don't know if this is a bust or a design, but that's going to leave the flats here relatively open for Ohio State. So let me move forward and backwards here relatively slowly. There you can see Michigan dropping back into coverage. There you see the 4 high, right? Everyone dropping back into that 4 high, cover 4. And you can see the flats here with this coverage is open. You only have your linebacker here in the middle zone. You have open on the flats. This has to be by design based on what Michigan has seen Ohio State do. Okay, so for the pass rush here, no one's really getting home at the time of the throw. Nothing to really note there, despite sending 4 with a 5th. For Michigan late here, pressure is not getting to Stroud, so relatively good pass protection this time around for the Buckeyes. What are the routes here? So I mentioned kind of the seam route here from your tight end. They're going to do a little hitch route here on your outside receiver Olave. Post route here. This will be picked up from this guy. And then this is just a in route. So relatively simple route combination, and the initial read for Stroud is to the short side of the field here, down to the right. You can see, boom, he's checking the safety. Looks like he's checking here and probably here. Where's this guy going? Where's this guy going? He sees the hips turning this way. If this guy stays home, then his eyes are going to drift to the outside and check over here. What does this coverage look like? So let's move forward here a little bit. Boom, sees that. Now he's checking over, seeing the tight end being carried there from Ojabo. Boom, recognizes the flats open and delivering a ball to your standout wide receiver there in the flat, standing wide open. That's Olave. So really good job here from Mike Morris, realizing, all right, I'm not going to get there, right? He got double teamed, Mike Morris did here from Ohio State. 2 guys accounting for Morris here. He can't really get around. As soon as he realizes, I'm not going to get there on the pass rush, right? He's just not getting there. Look what he does. He sets up and his eyes are on the quarterback. He sees the quarterback loading up and he works to get into the path of this throw. If you can't get to the quarterback, what's the next best thing? Get in the path of that throw, and he gets his hands up. So what a great job from him recognizing, okay, I'm not getting to the quarterback here. He's loading up. Let me get my paws up. And it's a huge play, right? Him getting the hand on that ball, look at all that room that Olave would have had if this is, probably an accurate pass. It's probably a first down. So give a ton of credit here to Morris, recognizing, you know what? I'm not going to get there. He doesn't. Resets, plants his eyes. I like this little feet chop as well, right? Mike Morris right here. He's backing up, right? Disengaging because he's seeing the eyes here for the quarterback. He's going to disengage, back up, and then watch his footwork. He's going to do a little chop, ready. He's ready to adjust here. Little chop, little shuffle, boom. Gets right in the way, gets a paw on the ball. It's huge. Creates a 4th down. Otherwise probably would have been a first down, and that's a huge play from your defensive lineman. Don't have to get to the quarterback every time to make a difference, and Mike Morris proves that on this play.
TreVeyon Henderson. And he is...
Great job, Jalen Harrell here. A little outside zone look. So you got this stack on the right side, and all they're going to do here is this little bubble look eyes of Stroud are going to look this way, and this is going to force these 3 players from Michigan to stay engaged on the backside. Okay, what does that do? Let's chop those guys out. That means you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blockers here for Ohio State. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the box. So you should be blocked all the way to this safety and this backside help from Brad Hawkins, right? So this is winning numbers for Ohio State with this action backside. Let's just focus first on this area to the outside. You can see the defenders for Michigan have to respect that, and that whole half of the side on the right side of the hash there is occupied from that little pass action, okay? So looking at the backside of this run, you're bringing the tight end, these H-back here actually across. He's going to pick up Hutchinson off the edge, okay? This is your biggest threat. Run away from the guy. Block backside there. Let's move forward. Just show that block. Boom. Good job there. Since the run action is away, just don't let him through, right? Don't let him through here. Nikhai Hill-Green, he has the responsibility for this gap. He's going to come upfield, recognize this is going opposite side, and he's going to scrape over. Okay, so he has backside help here. Just scrape over. Don't get too much depth here, and then just scrape along here. Double team for Ohio State on defensive tackle. Boom and boom. The, who is this? I think this is your right, or no, that's your right guard there. After this double team, he's working up. Number 77 is working up to the second level. If Nikhai Hill-Green is working this way, then 77 is releasing off to get there as well. So they do a good job backside, and this play is well blocked. Nothing coming backside here. And then front side, right? What's it all about? 75 has a free release to the linebacker level. 75 releasing here to Josh Ross. Does a relatively good job on this block. This is all about these 3 guys here winning to the outside, right? They're going to get their outside arm free when it matters. All 3 of these guys are going to not allow these guys to wash them down. They're going to get good penetration and keep that outside arm free, especially Jalen Harrell. So let's move forward here. Right here, boom. You can see everybody's winning on that defensive line. Right, in the interior, I think this is Jeter against 53 here. Jeter, inside arm free. Or I'm sorry, outside arm free here. So this gap is no longer there because this guy has won that block. Here, getting your outside arm free, right? If he's trying to cut up here, have done a good job if you're Jalen Harrell as well. Keep your outside arm free. This tight end is completely out of position, right? Let's focus on that and back up strictly to that block. Jalen Harrell, boom, good job setting that edge. Look where his hips are turned to. Jalen Harrell's turning this back inside, right? He's almost 45 degrees, and look at the angle for the tight end. For this outside run to work, you need to cave him inside, or at least get movement, right? If he's turning this way, at least get movement there. It's a really good job from Jalen Harrell not getting moved. He's engaged with that arm, and boom, look at that outside arm free, pushing against the tight end, and now where can that running back go, right? Everyone is one inside here. It's actually Mazi Smith, I believe, on the inside there. Yeah, 58, Mazi Smith. So really good job all around there. Jalen Harrell keeping his outside arm free, and that's how you do it. Just beat that block for the tight end. Boom. Nice hit there. And Michigan just won blocks all over. I think that's Chris Jenkins as well. So good job from everybody there on the play side, working with their outside arm free here, giving no path for that running back, and that's a tackle for loss.
Stroud in trouble. Lets it go in the corner.
Got to get that pick if you're Moten, right? Cover 2. Boom, boom, Moten dropping man coverage here. Man coverage. Green dog for Josh Ross. What that means, again, if this guy's in pass protection, you send him on a blitz. If he goes out in a route, then you have Josh Ross following him in man-to-man as well. So that's the green dog there for Josh Ross. He's going to eventually blitz here. You'll get an inside move here from Hutchinson, and this is actually what gets the pressure late here. A little bit of chip here to help out the left tackle if you're Ohio State here against Ojabo. Ojabo still almost gets pressure around the outside here. Man coverage on the outside, Vincent Gray. Okay, let's look at the pressure first. Okay, pressure, relatively clean at first. It's only when Josh Ross comes flying down, right? And it's like, how do you know this is green dog and not just a straight up blitz? Look at the initial reaction and the eyes for Josh Ross. He's watching this guy, right? He's watching him. If he's staying in, which he is, he's going to help. He's looking at Hutchinson trying to help here. Since he recognizes him waiting in, that one little hop step, boom, now he's going. And that's what triggers Josh Ross here to get this pressure. You can see there Ojabo gets chipped here. He looks like Uche, man, with just how good he's been this year. And then he's still going to work that left tackle, get around the outside. There's the chip. Ojabo still getting there, around 8 yards depth. That's pretty good. Everyone else not able to get home. Hutchinson is getting held a little bit here. Hard to see from this angle, but he's actually getting held on his right shoulder with the left arm there. You can see at the end of this play right there. Do you see the snap? The let go of that shoulder pad from that tackle on Hutchinson right there. You can see that pad kind of flash. So another hold not called. If you're playing a drinking game at home, you're probably drunk by now. Let's look at the routes here for Ohio State. On the top of your screen, just kind of it seems like a back shoulder fade here to Olave, I believe that is. Again, here's the chip, and then it's going to be just a sit route, 5 yards depth into Kai Hill Green. We'll have that man-to-man. And then on the outside, a little kind of corner post route here. And then again, a kind of like a stop and go here on the outside for Garrett Wilson. Okay. So let's move forward just to show you those routes a little bit. Boom. There's your routes. All right. Now, where are the eyes for Stroud going? Seems like he's looking to the right side all the way, right? Checking. He probably notices that deep safety here. Now, it seems like his eyes are going to Moten there, and then he's looking to the outside here, maybe on the stop and go, and then he just gets hurried up from the pressure, seeing Josh Ross come here. But if he sees cover two, he shouldn't be throwing this ball, especially not with this loft. So he's throwing off his back foot there. If you're Stroud, shouldn't be doing that, right? Not a good decision overall. And good trigger there from Moten to get over the top, and he's just not able to pick it up, right? And this is one where you need to get that, right? First down. You're under 30 seconds now at the half. Otherwise, the team's going to get a field goal, and they do, right? Instead of a turnover, Ohio State's able to get 3 points before the half. So good blitz. Good job from Josh Ross beating the halfback here, right? If we move back, Josh Ross able to beat 32 there. Boom. Beats around him. Gets good pressure. Forces a bad throw. Just got to pick up. Use the hand, man. That's it, right? Big opportunity. Missed, but, that's why he's a safety probably. But overall, good trigger there for Moten. Just got to pull that one in.
3rd and 2. Henderson again, and he won't get.
Huge play here. First drive for Ohio State out of the half, and this is simple inside zone blocking, okay? Main block here, 53-75, doubling here, 53 will try to get off of Josh Ross. See this gap forming here? 53 needs to close that, get in the path there of Josh Ross. And if he does that, there should be a hole right here through the A gap if you're number 32 here for Ohio State. And the issue here is, let's just move forward here slowly. 53 does not adequately get out, right? You can see Josh Ross there just simply beats the center to the A gap and actually gets held a little bit. So everything else, the blocks for Ohio State are there, right? They should have one-on-one block here, double here to the outside linebacker, one-on-one blocks to the outside, or at least run them off. You get a double here, 53 comes off, picks up the linebacker, boom, here, leave this guy unblocked. He should not have any impact on this zone block, and if this block is gotten, if Ross is taken out of this play, then you potentially have something inside here. Main issue, 53 just doesn't release quick enough. Probably gets away with hold there too, and it's just Josh Ross triggering extremely quickly, right? If he doesn't fly up this quickly, Josh Ross, there's no hesitation here. As soon as he sees this, boom, he is headed straight on that path, doesn't have to deviate from that angle, and he telegraphs it all the way. So just great reaction from him, way to fight through that block from the center. And this is just your veteran not hesitating and making a play, shooting that gap. Remember when we were breaking down Ohio State's linebackers, how they were hesitant? No hesitancy here. Michigan gets off the field here on the first drive. I believe this was a 3-and-out or maybe a first drive and out. Just huge play from Josh Ross.
CJ Stroud steps up in pressure and goes down again.
Sack for Hutchinson here. And this is just a good coverage here on 3rd and 9. Okay, the initial read, let's look at Stroud's eyes. Initial read here is going to the outside receiver here. He thinks he has one-on-one. This is going to be a little out route. Look at how Vincent Gray is playing this. He's outside this receiver. Look at the eyes here for your safety. So they're bracketing this wide receiver. If he goes inside, he will trigger down and assist on any short, any interior routes, anything to the inside. Since this is an outside route here, Vincent Gray's in a position to take that away. So you can see the eyes for Stroud. He's telegraphing that the entire way. That's his first read. As soon as he recognizes, hey, the outside leverage isn't there, right? He has to adjust. He's already stepping up in the pocket. He has to come off of that read. By the time he's looking elsewhere, this initial look right here for Stroud, he sees boom, nothing here, nothing really forming here, and then he has to duck out, right? And that's what allows for this sack to happen, is that first read being shut down based on that outside leverage coverage from Vincent Gray with the safety over top. Looking at the pass rush for Michigan, sending 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not sure if it's Green Dog here with, who is that, Mike Barrett. Running back is in for pass protection, so he's just going to rush. That's what I mean by Green Dog. Pressure is relatively well picked up. Ojabo does force Stroud up in the pocket, right? That's Ojabo off the left side here. He is forcing Stroud up in the pocket. So after that first read, feels that pressure a little bit, that reach from Ojabo. Good job here. From the interior, that's Chris Hinton, right? There's no lane to the outside here because Chris Hinton is closing this. That forces Stroud this way. And good job from Hutchinson feeling that, right? Boom, come off your first read. Hutchinson feels that this is going back. He redirects inside and picks that up. So this is a coverage sack, right? By forcing Stroud to come off of that first read, that allows Michigan's pressure to get there, right? All you need is get him a little bit uncomfortable. Ojabo does that. Chris Hinton there forces him the only direction he can go, and finally Hutchinson is able to capitalize. So this is just a good team defense coverage sack, and another great time to get off the field here. 3rd and 9, pick up the sack, forces a punt from Ohio State.
38. Stroud again on the play action fake, steps up, sacked again.
Just not going to work, right? Hutchinson just beats his guy off the edge, just focusing on that first, just beats him clean around the edge, and there is no chance for Stroud here. Off the little play action there to the running back, Hutchinson just completely beats 78, and that is what, 7 yards depth? Going to win that every time. Stroud doesn't even have time to come off of his first read here. And what's he do? Just simple boom, nice little catch here of the arm. You notice this right hand here of Hutchinson. He's going to catch that punch attempt from the left tackle, and just punches that away. There's no leverage there for the tackle. Tackle's already beat that swim move, swipe away of the arm, and now Hutchinson is passed and he's free, right? No way for Stroud to step up and get away from Hutchinson in this scenario. If he would have recognized this pressure, he probably could have seen the running back out of the backfield, right? I'm not sure exactly what coverage this is for Michigan, but everything else at this point, right? The point where Stroud needs to get rid of this, running back is not covered. Junior Colson is covering, I believe this is the tight end going on a deeper route here. Same on the outside here. I'm going to have a little hitch route here and then another vertical route there. So nothing quick is there. Again, I'm not sure on the coverage because you do have Rod Moore seemingly dropping back here like it's cover 1, but you also have Moten here also helping out in the same area. So it seemingly is one-on-one coverage. DJ Turner, Dax Hill is following this slot here on this vertical route, and Vincent Gray will eventually come down to support on this little hitch route. But so I guess this is all to say the first read here for Stroud, he's looking this way. It seems like he wants to read what the coverage is on the left side here in order for his first read there. And as he moves his eyes towards the center of the field to try to hit probably this route, right? Maybe he's going on a kind of like deep angle route, I think you might want to call that. Could be a flag route, hard to say. But regardless, all of these except for the running back here who's wide open and this little hitch, all of the other routes and the eyes for Stroud, he's looking for something across the middle here where Michigan has a lot of bodies, and he never got to his relief valves here with either Garrett Wilson or the running back out of the backfield. He really should have. Feel that pressure, dump it off, and you could have had a big gain. Instead, it's another sack for Hutchinson.
It's tremendous. 2nd and 15. They hand it off, and a tackle for...
Donovan Jeter, just huge play, right? 2nd and 16. Ohio State's going for a little stretch play. What's the key on the stretch for the offensive line? Get your hat across, right? Get your hat across the body here. The only thing you can't do, especially on a backside defensive tackle like this, don't let him penetrate through. Don't let these guys penetrate through. You're going to have 2 really good plays, both from Ojabo and Donovan Jeter, but Jeter's the guy to focus on. So let's move forward here. Again, what's the job for Ohio State on stretch? Just don't let these guys through. Don't let the head across, right? If you're 75, that's the one thing. Get your head across of Jeter there. Instead, Jeter does a really good job with that inside arm. You see that little rip move from Jeter right here with that right arm? Boom, rip through that. And look at the shoulders. Look at the hips. 475 is turned this way, right? He has no leverage, and look at where Jeter's pointed, 90 degrees upfield. So that's just a one battle. And then even if Jeter isn't there, you have this swim move kind of setting the edge for Ojabo. It seems like he actually hurt 79 here with that spin move. I'll back it up so you can see it one more time here. There's a little spin move. So that's a little bit risky, right? 28 possibly could have bounced this outside, but Ojabo's going to set the edge here. It doesn't really matter because this is such a convincing win for Donovan Jeter. He just completely blows that up, right? And that's one of the biggest plays I've seen from Donovan Jeter. And just a huge play on 2nd and 16, forcing a 3rd and super long now.
Here comes a blitz. They give it to Williams.
Just a ballsy blitz. Cover 0 blitz. That means man up, man up, man up. You're sent to the backside A gap. You're sent to the B gap. And Michigan just must have had this downloaded from the scouting report that this is going to be a run all the way here on 3rd and 6. Single block here, double this guy, and then block here just for a little bit before reaching out to the linebacker, single block here. Okay, that should account for the numbers, right? You shouldn't have to worry about him backside, just get a little chip on him, but there should be enough room here through the A gap off of this double team right here, a key block, and you have 2 high safeties, right? You expect to win this battle and get close to the first down with these 2 high safeties, but that's not the case, right? The blocks for Ohio State actually work out pretty well if we're looking strictly at those assignments I said, right? Decent enough movement. You can see this hole forming behind the double team, right? Oops, wrong tool. Give me a second. So here's your double team, right? Boom, boom. They got to Barrett here. There's a hole forming right here. The issue is you have a safety coming down here. Safety is flying down. He is not in pass responsibility. They have telegraphed this all the way. And there he is, right? Forces it back into Aiden Hutchinson, who they're purposefully not blocking because this isn't where the play is supposed to go. So you have Brad Hawkins going play side A gap, right? That's also going to further delay the double team because he just tunnels in here, occupies this double, and now there's, you look at play side here, adding that additional body there of Brad Hawkins, there's nothing really forming here. That forces the running back towards this B gap, and guess what? There's a safety flying down. If you try to bounce it to the outside, which he has to, Aiden Hutchinson, who's just getting chipped right now, that guy's going to move on to the linebacker. You're going to have a free Aiden Hutchinson to wait for you as well. So this is just Michigan with an RPS win. They must have seen on the scouting report in this scenario, in this alignment, whatever it is, that this look is a run all the way and sending both safeties, no hesitation. Boom, there's Brad Hawkins, free lane there for Rod Moore. You'd like to see him do a little bit better job, wrap up that ankle, but still, good call and executed well enough to bring up a 4th down.
2nd and 5. And incomplete.
DJ Turner, great pass breakup here, 2nd and 5. One thing before I dive into this play specifically, this is something Ohio State was starting to do late in the game. You could tell they weren't comfortable. As soon as the snap, right? Do you notice any movement here? Look at this right tackle, really egregious false start, and also look at the left tackle. Okay, before that ball is even moving, there's your right tackle. Left tackle a little bit less obvious, but that right tackle is getting a half step before that ball is snapped. And this happened multiple times, not just on this play. And why is he doing that? Because look at who's rushing on the outside here in an obvious passing scenario, right? That's Aiden Hutchinson. This guy needs to get depth to make up for the talent disadvantage, which is a great thing to say against Ohio State. Anyway, on the pass rush, also want to bring your attention here. Mike Morris just absolutely wallops the right guard here. So it's a quick back shoulder throw here to Olave. Just boom, hit the back shoulder, one-on-one coverage. That's a matchup that Ohio State likes. You got Bunch on the top side here. Everyone else is running a relatively short route right at the sticks. So they're just running boom, get to the sticks, a little hitch route for all of these three guys, I believe. Or actually, what am I saying? This is a left tackle. Also, look at his stance. This is the stance he has to deal with for Ojabo. So I'm sorry, it's not Bunch. 2 wide receivers on each side. Boom, 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 and back shoulder. It's late, all right? I can't believe I thought that left tackle was a wide receiver or tight end or something. But anyway, you get the point, guys. This is what's happening. All the way, this seems to be going to the back shoulder throw. There's Mike Morris absolutely demolishing the right guard here. And dude just can't move his feet, right? Look at that. Bowls him over. Quick throw so pressure doesn't actually get there. But that's just the kind of dominating performance throughout. And I really, this isn't a really special play, but DJ Turner's just locked on, right? No one's going to call this. You got the offense and defense locked up here. This is 50-50. Both guys have a right to the ball. And it's a good job just releasing. Boom. Releasing. DJ Turner does a really smart thing here. He's not grabbing on here. Their bodies are, sure, locked together, but he's not holding on to the jersey here. He's wrapping. His arm is not engaged. He's wrapping around, and then by the time the ball does get there, that's when he connects. Boom, there, right? And he gets his play side arm, his right arm, in between the ball and the body of Olave. So just a really great play overall, really crafty, and, man, just no separation for Ohio State's wide receivers pretty much all day. Right, so even with the false start that did not get called, you got Mike Morris blowing over a right guard, and then just lockdown coverage from DJ Turner. What a year he's turned it out in this one, right? Starting midway through the year, just a great performance from him. And it took plays like this, right? That's usually money against just about any other team in the Big Ten, but Vincent Gray and DJ Turner really showed out consistently against Ohio State.
Matchup with Ohio State and it's paid off. 3rd and 5. Stroud in trouble. Stroud is sacked.
Another sack. Ojabo this time getting in on the fun. And here we have the false start thing not getting called again, right? You can see about 3 linemen here definitively moving for Ohio State before that ball is moved at all, right? So it should have been called again. It wasn't, but doesn't really matter. Let's watch Ojabo. He's the guy to watch at the top of your screen. 75 actually does a decent job getting depth here, and he's trying like hell to get out there. Just a really good rip move. You can see, boom, that left arm for Ojabo getting under that left arm for the offensive lineman and just continuing on his path, right? Stroud is getting pressured here. You got a little game here on the other side here. Hutchinson going this way, he's cutting inside, long developing stunt here for Jeter, and that's going to force the path for Stroud even further back, which helps the wide route that Ojabo takes, right? So it's a clever little game there. There's Hutchinson ducking inside. Now you see Jeter coming along here unabated. That's going to force Stroud to hesitate a little bit. He probably could have delivered a ball. You can see in Jigba, the only real route I'll mention here is this crossing route. He's likely open. There's a lot of open room here that we see. I don't have the other angle for this play, unfortunately. But because, look at this path that he has to look through. That's going right through the big guy, Jeter, with a free path to the quarterback. With him getting pressured all day, that likely screwed up that read and his ability to step into that throw. So then he decides, okay, I'm going to try to escape, except you got a full speed Ojabo behind you who already beat your left tackle, right? So just really, really clever play from the defensive line here. Well called stunt and really well executed. The rest of the routes, not really going to cover that all too much. It looks like a kind of like a deep hitch route here, crossing route, running backs going into the flat here. I mentioned kind of this out route from Njigba, and then it seems like some sort of fade down the sideline, but we don't really see that. But again, all about Ojabo, all about this little stunt here. Get around to the outside, force Stroud with his read this way, force him to be uncomfortable, right? He's uncomfortable, tries to duck out, and that's why you get Ojabo with a sack here to seal the game. Not steal the game, makes it 4th and forever, and then Michigan seals the game. But man, what a job from defensive line. Good coverage as well to just force Stroud to overthink things, right? Don't let him feel comfortable. take away his first read, let your defensive line do the work, and that's what they did all game.